Hello, beautiful people. Welcome. It's Bodhi. Welcome to Bodhi's Nature. I hope you enjoy the frequency of my new channel, my new frequency. You guys, I wanted to get on here really quick because today is 4/20/2020. Right? You guys may or may not know that I am a certified numerologist. So I love numbers, right? Numbers is really the language of the universe. Whenever I'm making a major move in life, whatever I'm doing, when I'm traveling, trying to create a business, starting a relationship, or anything, right? That's a major decision. I always take a look at the date. I always take a look at the frequency and the numbers and what that means if I want to embrace that frequency or not. Hello, beautiful people. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Hi, Patricia, the enlightened one. Hi, Jay, I missed you. Stars the Limit 2013. Yes. Hello, Ashley. Thank you for coming, honey. Hello, GN. So, yeah, numerology was something that changed my life. And I decided to become certified in numerology because I was like, hey, if numerology can change my life, right, I'm sure it can help others as well. So this is why I became certified, and just trying my best to understand the frequency of the universe. Okay. So today, beautiful people, we have such a powerful day. 4/20/2020. It's a day of creation. Did y'all hear that? Class is in session. Class is in session. Hello, Alex Mack. How you doing? Hey, Starflower. Yep, we got a mob in the building. Thank you. You guys, this would be, it'll be a pretty quick live, okay? I just really want to talk to you guys about, the power of today. 4/20/2020, it equals down into a number 1. I love number 1s, okay? That's why I called it a day of creation. 1s are all about power, independence. 1s are about leadership. So taking control. It's about you, you asserting yourself. You know what I'm saying? 1s are about new beginnings, okay? And then with the 4/20/2020, we have a lot of 2s in there as well. So it's a day, it's a powerful day to create with you and the spirit of God, or you and the universe, or, you and your ancestors, you and your soul, okay? If you are trying to manifest a relationship or something, or a partnership, a business partnership, or if you already have a business partnership, it's a great day to manifest with your business partner or your significant other, okay? So the day of creation, a number 1, powerful day today. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys 3 creation techniques that I've used throughout my spiritual wonder over the last 11 years. And I will be using all 3 of these throughout today, okay? And I just thought, I can't keep this good news to myself. I got to get on here and share it. Okay, so that's what this is all about. All right. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Now, one of these creation techniques, you may vibe with one more so than the other. You may vibe with all 3 of them. And I'm like, yeah, man, I want to do all 3 of them today. If it's just one that you guys vibe with, vibe with that one. You ain't necessarily got to do all 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? But I hope at least one of these creative techniques leave you inspired to the point where you're like, this is something that I want to do, today, because it's amazing. All right. It's amazing. And it works. The shit works, especially when you have the universal language behind you, creating with you. That's what you're doing. You're creating with the universe. All right. Whenever you use numerology and you manifest. Okay. Hello, RB. Welcome to Bodhi's Nature. All right, you guys. So, oh, and I think the only one that I created was the first one. Okay, I didn't get this from anywhere. It's just something that I came up with throughout my spiritual wonder, something that I would take notes on if it worked or didn't work. And it's just something that has always worked for me. The other two things, I've gotten from my mentors, my spiritual mentors. Okay, so this is nothing new. All right, it's just something that I know works. Okay, so the first thing, and I did write down some notes, you guys, because I wanted to make sure that, I got everything. Okay. So the first creative technique that I will be using all throughout today, and I literally mean I'll be using this one all throughout today. You guys know how I talk about the importance of embracing darkness, right? Embracing darkness. And I say that because darkness is literally the point of creation. Okay. Darkness, that realm, anything and everything exists in that realm. Okay. So important to be able to embrace darkness. Now, I've already talked to you guys about the power of the darkest hour, right? Between 3 and 4 a.m. Right. I've already talked to you guys about that and how to use the darkest hour. But if you find that you are one of those people that, it's just hard to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to manifest, I get you. I understand. I get it. I only do it like once a month with the new moon. Okay. But this creative technique and embracing the darkness is easier. It's a little easier. Okay. And it really just consists of you closing your eyes. This is another way to embrace the darkness. Closing your eyes, beautiful people. When you close your eyes, what do you see? Nothing. You see darkness. This realm is where any and everything is possible. All right. So closing your eyes is the first technique. And what I usually do is, well, first of all, with all three of these techniques that I'll be sharing with you guys, make sure you set your intention. So important. I always tell you guys that before you do anything, creating anything, set your intention. Please do that. Okay. So close your eyes. You're just breathing normal, and just set your intention. You know what I'm saying? Set your intention. I set my intention to use the magic of the universal energy to create my reality. Boom. Whatever intention flows with you, say that. All right. So set your intention, breathe in normally. And this is what you say, or this is what I'll be saying. I'm in love with my life. 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 I am 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 in love with my life. I'm in love with my life. I am in love with my life. I am so in love with my life. Now, if that affirmation does not sync with you, then create an affirmation that does. If health is something that's more so, more important to you at this particular moment, then focus on health. If it's a relationship, focus on that relationship. If it's money, or a career, or business, focus on that. Whatever affirmation, short and simple, a nice short and simple sentence. And you want it to be short and simple because you're going to say this 11 times, like what I just did, 11 times throughout today. All right. And you want to keep track of it. So far, this is my fourth one. All right. So you want to keep track of that. All right, you guys, very important. Very, very, very important. 11 times, whatever your affirmation is, whatever it is, State it 11 times, 11 times throughout the day. Go off into the darkness. All right. Now, not only do you want to state whatever your affirmation is 11 times, as you are stating this affirmation, make sure that you are feeling, make sure that your feelings are elevated. Make sure that you have this feeling of happiness. Make sure that you have this feeling of joy, gratitude, this feeling of expectation, right? So don't be saying it like, I'm in love with my life. 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 Because that shit ain't going to work, And don't come for me telling you this shit ain't going to work. Hello, Madame. How are you? So yeah, make sure when you guys are creating in the darkness, you're stating whatever your affirmation is 11 times, and you're doing it 11 times throughout the day. And see how that took me, all of 30 seconds? This doesn't take a long time, but it's so powerful, okay? As long as you can hold an elevated feeling of gratitude, expectation, of happiness, as you are stating these words in your darkness, all right? Remember, that's the realm where any and everything is possible. All right. So that's number one, you guys. That is number one. Embracing your darkness, making sure that you guys set your intention, okay, before you go off into that. All right. Make sure whatever you guys are stating is something that you are in alignment with, something that, oh my God, if this really did happen to me, how would I feel? Right? What's the frequency of this feeling? You know what I'm saying? Very powerful, very, very, very powerful. State it 11 times and then say it 11 times throughout today, in the most elevated frequency as possible. All right. Number two, Atlanta East K. Hello, Denise Thompson. And Madame, you should have watched I'm saying goodbye to tarot. I'm not doing tarot readings anymore. Okay. All right. So number two. Number two. Y'all have any questions about number one? Pretty easy, man. Pretty easy to embrace the darkness and to create with it, right? So number two, I love to write. I've always been a writer. I've always had journals since I was a little girl. I found out 11 years ago when I started my spiritual wonder, the reason why writing is so powerful. Writing is so powerful because what it does is it takes your thoughts, which are, thoughts are energy, but thoughts exist in the non-physical. What writing does is it takes the non-physical thoughts and it brings it down into the physical. Right? So now you can read your thoughts. You should even touch your thoughts, right? You can feel your thoughts even more. Okay. So that's what writing does. And that's why it's so important. It's also very important. I told you guys this before, whenever you're writing a business plan, whenever you're planning anything or writing down anything, always use a black ink. Hello, Denise. Always use black ink. Always. Color of creation. Okay. And so writing, and with today being a day of creation, with today being very powerful, with it having that vibration of taking control of your life, today will be a phenomenal day to create the next chapter of your life. Create the next chapter of your life. All right. Now you can use, the main thing is that you're using a black pen, okay? But you can use a journal that you write in every day. You can use your moon journal. You guys have seen my moon journal before. I've showed you guys my moon journal. You know what I'm saying? I write a lot of different things. I've had this moon journal since 2017, but I have many moon journals. You know what I'm saying? I have many, many, many moon journals. All right. But you can use your moon journal, even though the new moon is until April 22nd. It's okay. Today is the special day, the day of creation. Okay. But get a journal if you don't already have one. Main thing is a black pen. Black pen. and start to write the next chapter of your life. This is, again, you using the universal energy, the universal frequency, and taking control of your life, right? Working with the universe and saying, okay, I'm going to recreate my story. I'm going to write the next chapter in my life. And as you're writing, you are going to write as if you've already accomplished these things. You've already experienced these things. This is how you're going to write it. Now, if you can write 11 pages, that will be outstanding. If you can't write 11 pages, that's okay. Allow it to naturally flow. All right. You know, if you're only able to get out 3 pages today, if you would have connected to these 3 pages, if you would have placed yourself in a state of gratitude, of expectation, of happiness and joy as you wrote these 3 pages, then that's all you need. You know what I'm saying? So let it flow. Again, make sure that as you're writing, you're in a state of happiness, you're in a state of joy, you're in a state of gratitude that these things have already happened in your life. You are in a state of expectation. You know what I'm saying? Keeping your feelings elevated. Don't be sitting here depressed, writing your future. Don't be doing that. Because remember, the universe responds to your frequency. It responds to your frequency. So if you're sitting over here writing some, oh my goodness, you know, I'm going to have a business, I'm going to be a millionaire, whatever, I don't really believe this shit, but I'm going to try it. Don't come for me because it ain't going to work. Hey, consciousness divinity, how are you? I'm doing very, very well. Doing very well. So, because the most powerful thing about creating is you start with the end, you guys, okay? You start with the end and you work your way back. All right. So you're going to be writing your story. And I always say, 3 to 5 years out. So what is your story in the next 3 years? You know, what's your story the next 5 years? Between here and the next 3 years, what is your story? You know, what's the next chapter between where you are now and the next 5 years out? You know what I'm saying? And so again, if you can get to 11 pages of writing at some point today before 12 a.m., do it. If it's just 3 pages, as long as you're able to really connect and like be happy and joyful as you write, like, oh my goodness, yes, yes, because your imagination is your power. Okay. You like everybody on this frequency, y'all got to have an imagination. It got to work. If your imagination is dull, then what I'm saying to you is going to be like, whoop. Like, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is she talking about? So you have to be able to use your imagination. Sorry. If you can't use your imagination, then I don't even know why people still subscribe to me, So you have to get off into your imagination because that's where your power lies. And as it doesn't matter what your reality is now, doesn't matter how things seem, or, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what your reality is now. We're talking about creating the next chapter. And so you are happy and you're elevated. This is how you know you created the next chapter in your life. Because when you get done writing, whether it's 3 pages, 10 or 11, you feel happy. It's like instant gratification. You feel happy because you've elevated your frequency. You would have elevated your mood. You feel me? That's how you know, like, oh my God, I feel good. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, don't ponder on your story, right? Don't look at it every 2 or 3 days or once a week. Okay, when is this shit gonna happen? I'm waiting. Don't do that, because that's you telling the universe that there's a void. All right, you're focusing on the void in your life. And so the universe can only respond to your frequency. It can only continue to give you more of that void. You're going to write your story in an elevated mood, positivity, grateful, a feeling of expectation, happy, that you've already accomplished these things, you've already experienced these things, and you're going to let it go. You're going to let it go. All right. Now, as you are writing your story, these are some things to consider to kind of keep you in an elevated mindset. how does it feel to have accomplished these things that you're writing about? How does it feel to have experienced these things that you're writing about? Who's around you? Who's around you? That's so important. What environment are you in? That's so important. You know, make sure that you're not creating a toxic environment for yourself. Make sure that you're around elevated people, all right, that's on your frequency. And think about these things as you're creating your story, okay? All right. Black ink, you guys. Now, number three. Oh, side note, before I get to number three. Because today is so powerful, right? It's, number one energy about taking back control, things like that. Today will also be a wonderful day to do a life board or a career board, using a black poster board. Remember we talked about that? I've already talked about this, but this is why it's a side note, because it's another day it's just a day to create. And so you can do this with your kids, you can do this with your family, blackboard, all right, blackboard, day of creation. Use a blackboard, okay? Create a career board. Want to start a business? How you gonna get there? What's the career map? What's your map? Draw a map. How you gonna get there? Using a blackboard. If it's just a life board, blackboard. Shit. Walmart's still open. The Dollar Tree still open. They got blackboards. Have fun. Have fun with it. All right. So that's a side note. Number three, you guys. I told y'all this was going to be a quick live. Number three. I'm sure everybody knows that what separates you or anybody from the best is what you choose to do on an everyday basis, right? Here's another way of looking at it. What separates you from where you are now and where you want to be is what you're doing on an everyday basis, right? So we already know how extremely powerful our daily routine is, right? So since today is all about taking control of your life, it's about being assertive, being a leader, having the power to do and choose and create as you want to do and choose and create. Let's recreate a new reality. All right. This quarantine shit has been very tough on a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? It's been very tough. And so if you find yourself, arguing, right, with your spouse, your kids, your family members that you're quarantined with, it's time to take a look at your routine and elevate your frequency, right? If you find that you are sleeping a lot, right? It's time to make some changes, okay? If you find that you are just not motivated, you know what I'm saying? If you find yourself where you are getting off into bad habits, you're not eating healthy or whatever, if you find yourself gossiping, all these things, this is what unhappy people do. You know what I'm saying? Just because this quarantine is in place, it doesn't stop energy. Energy is still moving. You know what I'm saying? Energy is still moving. Everything, our thoughts, our frequency, where we are in the present is creating our future, whether we are consciously creating it or not. I mean, it's still creating it. You know what I'm saying? And so we have to use this time wisely. So if you find yourself getting off into this energy where, man, I'm on the phone gossiping, happy people don't gossip. Happy people take care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Happy people try to keep their mind focused or busy or whatever. And so maybe it's time to recreate a daily routine. I know I am. Definitely going to be creating a daily routine. I'm going to be doing all this today. Okay. I'm just sharing it with y'all. All right. So recreating your daily routine. Again, with all of these, make sure you set your intention. What is your intention? You know what I'm saying? What is your intention? Set your intention. Make sure you write that before you even create your story. Going back to number 2, before you start to create the next chapter in your life, write your intention up there first. set the power behind what it is that you're doing, and then go off into recreating your next chapter. Same thing with recreating your daily routine, setting an intention up there first, and then go off into recreating your daily routine. So number one, implementing some you time, right? At least an hour a day, whether it's when you first wake up, midday, or before you go to bed. For me, it's the first hour is for myself. Okay. Sorry. Yes, I'm selfish. The first hour is for me. Leave me the fuck alone. All right. Give me an hour when I first wake up to meditate, to, drink my water, to do whatever I need to do. I need to give to myself first before I give to everything and everyone else around me. Thank you. We'll all be much happier. Okay. Now, you may be one of the people where, well, when I first wake up, I can't do that. I got kids. I do too, but they're a little older. I got a dog, I got a husband that require my attention. So you may have to do it midday, right? Or before you go to bed, whatever. Implement some you time into your daily routine. And you're writing this shit out. You're writing out your daily routine. Okay. Implement some creative time. Whether you're writing, you're drawing, painting, dancing, writing poetry, doing hair, trying on new makeup, playing dress up, creativeness. Remember, you guys are master creators. You're master creators. Okay, use that energy, use it because it elevates your frequency. Third thing is exercise. All right, at least 30 minutes a day. No excuses. All right, I'm up here in the northern region, so the weather has been horrible. Like, it snowed like 3 days ago, but the last 2 days it's been beautiful. So I've been outside in vitamin D, getting some natural vitamin D, out there running and jogging and shit. Trying to stay as active as possible. You know what I'm saying? Exercise. If you can't get outside because it's not nice outside, you got some stairs somewhere in your house, go up and down the damn stairs. If not, turn on YouTube on demand. There's different exercise things that you can do. Yoga, Pilates, implement that into your daily routine. We've been holding a lot of toxins inside of our body and our lymph nodes, right? So releasing those toxins by stretching and things like that. Okay. Meditation. I always tell people meditation, at least 30 minutes a day. You can break it up, 15 and 15, whatever. Going off into the darkness, silencing your mind and just being in the darkness. You don't have to imagine nothing or whatever. You can just be in the darkness, like be at one with the universe, with your soul is important. Some people like to meditate with their eyes open and staring at different things and just getting in tune with that frequency. You're outside, you're staring at birds or trees. I do that too. There's several different forms of meditation. Research one, get in alignment with one, and 30 minutes a day of meditation, it will change your life. Okay. Family time. If you're quarantined by yourself, you ain't got no family, they're across the state somewhere, call them. You ain't got to do it every day, maybe once a week, but try to put some form of family time in your daily routine. Calling people. If you're quarantined with, your family, board games, acting shit, singing, dancing, movie time, cooking. All right, family time. Last but not least, something that elevates your consciousness, beautiful people. Something that elevates your consciousness. For me, whenever I want to elevate my consciousness, you're welcome, Ashley. Whenever I want to elevate my consciousness, it's spiritual things that I do. So I may do some spiritual reading. I may work with my Blackboard here. Okay. I may meditate. I may go outside if it's nice, walk barefoot, ground my energy. I may, follow up on my mentors, you know what I'm saying? Read some books behind my mentors or whatever the case may be. For you guys, it could just be reading. You could be on YouTube looking at different videos or whatever, that elevates your mind, learning something new. Okay, learning something new. I'm a huge advocate of mentors, you guys. Some of my mentors is Florence Shavoshin, lover, rest in peace. Dolores Canyon, rest in peace. I like Neville Goddard. I like Napoleon Hill. These are all my mentors. Rest in peace. When it comes to business, real estate, finance, I like Grant Cardone. I like Ty Lopez. I've purchased a lot of mentoring things from him and they've worked. You know what I'm saying? So it's like looking for mentors who are or who have accomplished what you are trying to do, who's already there, right? Researching them. What blueprint did they leave behind? Whether they're dead or alive, you know what I'm saying? So finding mentors, again, anything that can elevate your consciousness. It takes about 30 minutes. It don't take that long. And that's that, y'all. That's that. All right. So I hope y'all have enjoyed these three techniques, creation techniques that I will be using today. Today is the day for 2020. Obviously, you know, I'm a huge advocate for cannabis. Oh my God. I mean, I can't smoke it right now. But if you guys, you know, indulge in cannabis, you can definitely use your cannabis in correlation with these techniques. Okay. Again, if all three of these techniques didn't inspire you, you may vibe with one or the other. You know what I'm saying? I mean, take it how it resonates, like I always say, and leave what doesn't. Okay. I will be coming back out because I really wanted to talk about numerology with you guys. That would be another live that I do. I'm not exactly sure when, but I do want to talk about numerology. You know, we could talk about y'all life path. If you guys don't know what your life path is, you know, we can talk about that because again, numerology changed lives. It's like meditation, you know, it should change lives, you know. And it has something to do with the biggest purpose of why you're here, even though we all have sub purposes throughout life, but there's a huge purpose that, you know, you really came back to serve. And so that's what numerology does for you. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get off into that. When we get off into numerology, I will also be sharing the Omega Matrix. Okay. I usually share this with my clients, with, you know, with my coaching clients. But, you know, I may just share a little bit of the Omega Matrix because it's so powerful. You know, yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay. So I'll be getting off into that live coming soon. You know, I got you, Miss Ashley. So you guys, you know, I'll be sharing those things. Okay. The next live that I'll be doing, remember how I told you guys that, you know, Bodhi's nature, this frequency of this channel is going to be mainly about spirituality, you know, spiritual techniques, spiritual conversations, you know, anything that can elevate the consciousness, okay, to make us better as a collective conscious. All right. I'll also be talking about relationships, man. I feel like relationships are so imperative, whether they're intimate relationships with family, whatever. You know, we'll be talking about masculine men versus feminine men and, you know, feminine women versus masculine women and things like that. And whatever, you know, how to cut cords and all these other things. We're going to be talking about all of that stuff, right? How to manifest the love of your life and all these things, you know, we'll be talking about all this stuff. But every now and again, I will be talking about a trending topic or a topic that doesn't have to do with spirituality or a topic that doesn't have to do with relationships or whatever. And that next topic will be the aftermath of this, whatever this is. What is it called? What's going on now? Whatever the hell it is that's going on now, where you got everybody in the house. Okay, we're going to be talking about the aftermath of that. And I will be having somebody on as we'll be talking about that. So, you know, I would love for you guys to join. Again, this is just to elevate the consciousness, not to spread fear or anything. It's just to bring awareness, okay? I'll be having our Hennis back on. All right, I'll be having our Hennis back on. We're going to be talking about mandated vaccines, 5G towers. All right. So it's going to be pretty interesting topic, you know, for my spiritual people that choose not to indulge in that. It's okay if you're just here for the spiritual knowledge. I feel you. Like I said, my next one will be talking about numerology. All right. So anyways, happy, most celebrated day of creation for you guys. I hope you enjoyed today. I really hope you do. And I hope one of these techniques, if not all, have inspired you. Okay. Until next time, you guys. Bye. Love you.